Alright, listen. This is the video, guys, and this is Gary, by the way, Gary Langford Jr. Um, I told y'all the day before yesterday that I was going to, I had something I wanted to share with you. And I couldn't find the smashed coin by the train, but I didn't look very hard because I was so busy. But anyway, I'll find it. I'll show you guys. But anyway, and then I got another video. I'm gonna show you guys. Like I told you, I was gonna show you how to make a beard trimmer, and I've shaved just so I can do that. I'll make a beard trimmer out of a single blade razor and a comb. I'll show you that, but it'll probably be tomorrow. So, but tonight I want to share something with you because this right here, this this could have been tragic, and there was an infant involved. I mean, I'm talking, when I say an infant, I mean not even 2 years old, maybe not even a year old. I don't know. You know how babies grow now. So, but the thing is, um, and the reason I'm sharing is it's kind of prison related because I took the heart that I had to have in prison to do what I did. And I'm not boasting, I'm not bragging. I'm just glad that everybody wound up okay. And I heard today, before I get into it, that, well, let me tell you the story and then I'll tell you what I heard today. The night before last, I was, um, I was just getting out of the shower and I was getting dressed. I'd already gotten dressed. I was combing my hair, I was putting my deodorant on, and all of a sudden I heard skirt, boom. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I looked out the window. When I looked out the window, all I saw were headlights in the air. And this is like maybe a football field, maybe like 400 yards from the house. So immediately, adrenaline kicked in. I put my shoes on just because I knew it was a wreck. Because this road out here that I live on was notorious for wrecks. So immediately, adrenaline kicked in. I put my shoes on. I grabbed my flashlight and my phone just in case I had to call 911. And I run out the door. Well, as I'm running through the yard, I'm dialing 911 because I can already see that there's been a wreck, which I can't make out the vehicles um, because I'm so far away and I'm trying to use the phone at the same time. I called 911 and the guy that answers, he's like, yeah, we already got a call. We got some people on the way. I'm like, great, okay. So I hang up. Boom. I mean, I'm busting ass to get there. I get there, man, and there is a truck on its side. He had hit a car head on, knocked the car over in the woods, almost on its top. So I bust into action. There's people in the car, both of them are on fire. Well, there's everybody stopped coming both ways. Nobody would go down there. They're like, no, it's gonna blow, it's gonna blow, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, I was apprehensive as hell to go down there, but um, the flames weren't that big at that time. Okay, well, first of all, I didn't worry about the car down the hill at first. So I run up. There's a girl, a dude. The girl had climbed out of the truck, but I guess her boyfriend or her husband and the dog were still in the truck. So she's trying to get him to get up. I don't know if it knocked him unconscious, if it put him in shock. I don't know, but she had already got out and she was trying to get her boyfriend or her husband out of the vehicle because it was on fire and get him to safety. So she wasn't strong enough. So I grabbed him and I drug him up the hill and I put him on the side of the road. And all he was worried about was the dog. He kept yelling the dog's name, Blue, 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 Blue. I guess that was the dog's name. And she kept telling him, Blue's okay, Blue's okay. And, I'm in a frenzy. I guess everybody else is in a frenzy, but he's just like limp, you know. But, so I grab him under the armpits and I yank him up the hill. I drag him up the hill to safety. So they're good. Well, I start to walk off and I hear a baby crying. Pardon me, guys. Because when I get into the story, it might jerk tears out of y'all. But when I hear that baby crying, a girl yells out, "There's a baby in that car." And she didn't know me from Adam. She was just telling me, I guess she seen me do what I done there. But I started to go back home because I thought everybody was out of both vehicles. Okay? So I just, I run back and I see there's one guy down there and he's trying to get this door open. And mind you, now these flames have done busted wide open now. I mean, they're like, you would think from a distance, you would be like, damn, that whole car is on fire. But it wasn't. It was just from like mid cab up. And I'm sure the baby could feel the heat. And I could see him as I'm running, I could see him trying to get the door open. Well, I grab a piece of steel that somebody run up to me with and was like, here, maybe you can do something with this. I grabbed that steel out of their hand. I ran down the hill and I knocked the back glass out of that vehicle. And we got that baby out. And I'm going to tell you what hurt me. This baby was laying up, just dangling, just bawling, crying. And I thought to myself, all these people, I told myself when I was doing it, I didn't live 40 years. Um, this baby's got the rest of its life. So, I mean, if it blows, it blows while we're doing it. But I just didn't want to, because I could hear it crying and crying. And it was like somebody lost in a fire. And so when I busted that window and I saw those babies' eyes, that'll always be with me. It was hanging upside down with his arms dangling in the car seat. And it just looked, when I busted the window, it just looked at us. Or she did. It was a girl, I think. I mean, it's hard to tell when they're young like that. But those big brown eyes looked at us like, thank you. And just as soon as we snatched that baby out of that car, we were pushing each other up the hill. I was holding he was holding on to the tail of my shirt, and he had the tail of my shirt in one hand, I'm pretty sure, and the baby in the other. And I had glass in my shoes by then because when I slipped them on, when I heard the boom, I slipped them on, no socks, nothing. And I ran down there, and when I busted it, I had glass all in my shoes. And when we reached in there to get it, I gashed my arm on the back and stuff. But that's nothing, that ain't nothing. My main goal was to get that baby out. But just as soon as we got up to the top of the hill, everybody was free by that time. And both cars blew up. So if I'd have waited, if I'd have hesitated any longer, and I didn't hesitate very much. I mean, everybody else didn't even go near it. They was just scared, but I was like, man, I've been in the battle before. It don't matter. Go. You got to go. They said go, go. And it was like God was telling me to go. That baby won't be here today. Because he didn't have nothing. He was trying to get the door open, it was hit so hard. All the doors were jammed. And somebody said today that, and I don't want people to get it twisted. I'm no hero, but a youngin', and I don't even have kids. I have nieces and nephews, but when I hear a youngin' in distress, it kills me because I've seen kids go through all kinds of shit, man. I've been down a rough path in my time, and but it is what it is. But I figured I'd share that story with y'all because, or whoever watches, if somebody watches this, man, take heed to it because you never know what that split second will cost you. This time, it saved a baby's life. Times in the future, it might take a baby's life a split second. But anyway, I got word today that they did airlift the child to the hospital, and it had a couple of fractured ribs. But that's all I know. All I know that it was bawling, so I knew it was alive. The flames did. I mean, the flames were like. I guess some of them were I guess I'd say some of them singed its hair, or he or she. I think it was a girl. Let's just say it was a girl. I mean, she had the prettiest brown eyes if it was a girl. But anyway, I'd say some of them were so close that they singed her hair, if not give her first degree burns, because, like I said, from mid cab to the front bumper was just totally engulfed in flames, and the truck also. And just as soon as we got to the top of the hill, it wasn't 30, maybe a minute. That was max. And both of them blew up. Boom. I mean, they were out here all night, all evening, all night. It was night when it happened, but it gets dark about 7:30 here now in North Carolina, and but they were here till probably 4 in the morning, something like that, just clearing the area, getting getting everything fixed up, but the truck was coming. Let's see, 311 North. It doesn't matter. They were both going the opposite directions, but the truck was huge, and this was a little car, and the truck is the one that was. I think I don't know if he was speeding. I didn't smell alcohol, but I could not get him up, and he's the one that said, "Yeah, he ain't gonna lie." He said, "I ain't gonna lie. I'm the one that crossed the center line. It's my fault. I didn't smell alcohol on him, but I don't know if he was doing drugs or drinking. I mean, he could have just come into that curve because it's a really sharp curve, and but I could not get him to respond when she was already trying to get him up out of the vehicle, and she couldn't get him, so I just ran down there and I grabbed him like, dude, get up, get up. You know, I kept yelling and yelling and yelling, get up, it's on fire. And when he finally come to, all he kept worrying about, all he kept saying was blue, blue, blue. And his girlfriend or wife was telling him, blue's with me, I got blue, he's okay. So before he could say another word, I just grabbed him and drug him up the hill. And then I started to come back home, and that's when I heard in my peripheral, man, I heard that baby bawling. And I think maybe it knocked that baby out at first because I didn't hear it crying at first. And then, and I think everybody escaped and not even thinking about the baby. But there was one guy helping me, so I don't know if that was her dad or just an outsider like I was, but they did say they flew the baby. Well, I mean that's what I'm hearing. I can't go on hearsay, but just for you guys' information, the baby was okay. I mean, I know she was okay because she was bawling, crying when we got her out. So that's just like when you give birth. You know they're okay when they're crying. At least they're still alive. Hopefully, no life-threatening injuries. Um, but man, I could have cried tears of joy when we got that youngin' out of there. And like I said, I don't have kids, but I've seen so many kids go through so much trauma and distress. I was willing to risk my life for it. I didn't care what everybody else thought. You know, I don't care if there was a state trooper or whatever there. I would have probably broke free of them and rushed down there. But it was a dramatic and it could have been tragic. It was a very dramatic situation, and I think that's probably. And back to that point I was telling you guys, this was like in a four-wheel drive extended cab white, I think it was white, Chevrolet truck, like I mean a big truck, and the car that they hit head on with then the car had the baby in it was a really small car, like maybe little Ford Pro or something. So oh my God, man. It hit so hard, guys. This is no lie. I was kicking headlights out of the road. Not just the light pieces. I'm talking about the whole housings. If anybody works on cars, they know when you buy a headlight, you buy the whole housing. It knocked the housing out of it. So, I don't know how fast he was going. I'm sure he got a ticket. But I'm sure what weighs on his mind the most is if everybody's okay, which I know him and his wife and his dog was okay in the truck. And what seemed like, to me, if a baby's crying, if they're coherent enough to cry like that, then maybe it's not life threatening. But you never know. I mean, one of its ribs, because it was in the car seat, it was just hanging upside down with its limbs just flopping, and all we could do was focus on getting it out. But you never know. One of its ribs could have punctured a lung, and babies are very fragile. And like I said, guys, this baby, I bet it couldn't have been much more than a year old. Maybe I'd say 20, maybe 20, 25 pounds, if that. If that. I doubt that. But, I don't know. I was in a hurry and adrenaline kicking. But with all that being said, I went back yesterday when I was doing that video and I was walking the tracks going down to the store, and I told you guys that I'd show you that coin, run over by the train, but I couldn't find it. I walked back by the wreck, and it's not far. I can throw a rock and hit it. And I noticed that there was a gas can right there, and you could see the black where everything had burnt, but there was a red gas can, and it didn't even look melted. I didn't go up to it and kind of pick it up because I was kind of in a hurry, but I wonder if the reason it caught on fire is because maybe they had gas in the car, but I can't see somebody having gas in the car that late at night unless they were planning on mowing the next day, or I don't know. Maybe that gas can was already there, but it was still in the black circle or the black square, whatever you want to call it, wherever the car burnt. But I just figured I'd share that, man, because I took, I don't think before prison, because, you have to be a certain type of a man to go in there, but, and, a lot of my content is going to be prison based, but, I don't think before I went to prison, I don't know if I'd have had the heart to risk my life. I take that back. For a baby, I might. But, I think being locked up gave me a lot more heart. But I don't know if it's because of or where I've matured over the years, or where it's you just have to have it. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't want to see that baby die. I didn't even want to hear about it. And I didn't know the baby. I didn't know the people. I didn't know the guy drug up the hill. I didn't know his girlfriend there. I didn't know their dog. But I did know that they needed help. And I give it to them. No matter what the cost. It didn't matter. But anyway, I love y'all, man. Whoever's watching, I love y'all. I love this platform. Give me some love. Hit that like button if you watch this video. And hit that notification bell. I appreciate it, man. And if y'all got it, you know where you can contact me. It's all in the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching TV. But anyway, y'all know. I'll see y'all on the next one. Love you.